Okay, good morning, third graders. Today we are going to be taking a reading CBA. It's our number 2 little benchmark. So what you're going to do, you're going to read your story. The first story is called Racing Team. You're going to read this story by yourself. And then at the end of the story, you are going to have some questions to answer. And I'm going to be reading the questions to you. So after you read the story, you're going to come back and we're going to read number 1. So at this time, go ahead and read the story. So you'll pause right now, read your story, and then hit play again and come back and read number 1. Okay, number 1. Read the dictionary entry for the word pass. And here you have pass in this box, and it has how to say pass, and then it says it's a verb. The first definition says to ignore. The second says to move by. 3 says to throw or hit a ball to a teammate. Or 4 says to complete a class successfully, to pass. Which meaning best matches the way the word passed is used in paragraph 7? So you're going to go back to paragraph 7, look up that word, and figure out how it's used in the story. Is it meaning 1? Or B meaning 2? Meaning 3? Or D meaning 4? So at this time, you're going to go back to the story, pause right now, come back when you're ready for number 2. Number 2. Which sentence best describes Carter and Max when they first notice the girls? F. They are worried that the girls are building a better car than they are. G. They want to change their plan and build a different sand sculpture. H. They are not pleased that the girls are also building a sports car. Or J. They can decide to help the girls make their car look even better. So pause, think about your question, and come back when you're ready for number 3. Number 3. You're going to read the story chart below. There's some events from the story. Number 1. Carter wakes up and gets ready. Number 2. Carter meets his friend Max at the beach. Number 3 is empty. Number 4. Max tells the girls that he and Carter started building their sculpture first. Which of the following events completes the chart? So what's going to go up here in this box? A. Carter tells Kate how to make the tires look round. B. Carter reminds Max that the judging begins at 2 o'clock. C. Carter, Max, Sophie, and Kate hurry to build a racetrack around their cars. Or D. Carter and Max begin making their sand sculpture by digging up sand and putting it in a pile. Okay, pause, go find your answer, and come back when you're ready for number 4. Number 4. Why are paragraphs 13 through 22 important to the plot of the story? Why are they important to the plot of the story? F. They show that both groups are determined to win the sand sculpture competition. G. They suggest that the girls may cause trouble when the judging begins. H. They show why the boys should not talk with other people in the contest. Or J. They suggest that the boys are concerned that the judges are interested in the car the girls are making. Why are paragraphs 13 through 22 important to the plot of the story? Go back, pause right now, come back when you're ready. Number 5. In paragraph 20, the word moistened means that the sand was made A. Wet, B. Firm, C. Shiny, or D. Bright. So in paragraph 20, the word moistened means that the sand was made how? Okay, pause and come back when you're ready. Number 6. In the story, how are the boys and the girls alike? F. They planned their idea before the contest began. G. They have built sandcastles in other competitions. H. They have won this contest before. Or J. They know what they should call their sculpture. How are the boys and girls alike in the story? Think about that one. Pause and come back when you're ready. Number 7. Which sentence states the main theme of the story? The main theme. A. It is important to be on time when others are depending on you. B. Winning does not matter as long as you try hard. C. Working with others can be better than working on your own. Or D. The best ideas come to those who are patient. Okay, think about the theme. Come back when you're ready for number 8. Number 8. Which sentence from the story contains descriptions that appeal most to the reader's sense of touch? The sense of touch. F. This was the day he had waited for all year, the New Year's Eve sand sculpture contest at the beach. G. Then he packed the sand with both hands, while Max dumped on more sand and slapped it into a mound. H. Rising out of the sand nearby were castles, dragons, whales, and mermaids. Or J. A photographer hurried over to take a picture for the newspaper. 2 beautiful racing cars and 4 smiling sculptors. Okay? Think about that one. Pause when you're ready for number 9. Number 9. What is the best summary of the story? A. While 2 boys build a sand sculpture at a contest on the beach, people walk around to look at their work. When the judge sees what the boys are building, the boys realize that the judge has the wrong idea about their sculpture. Or is it B? 2 boys are excited about entering a sand sculpture contest. They find a good place on the beach to build their sculpture. Many people stop to watch them work. 2 girls next to them are building a similar sand sculpture. Or is it C? 2 boys build a sand sculpture for a contest at the beach. They are surprised when 2 girls next to them are building the same thing. When the contest judge thinks the 4 kids are working together, the kids go along with the idea and they win the contest. Or is it D? When 2 boys work next to 2 girls at a sand sculpture contest on the beach, they learn that they had the same idea for the contest. No one wants to start over to make something else. The boys try to make their sculpture better than the girls' sculpture, but the girls do the same. Okay? Think about the best summary of the story. Pause, come back when you're ready. Okay. The next story you're going to be reading is called Norman Bridwell and the Big Red Dog. So you're going to read this story about Norman Bridwell, and then we'll answer the question. So make sure when you're reading that you're reading carefully. You're annotating the work if you can. Okay, pause this after, while you're reading, pause it, and we'll come back and answer the question number 10. Okay, Number 10. Which sentence from the selection best helps the reader visualize what Clifford looks like? F. She told Bridwell to think of a story that would match that picture. G. This time, when he drew more pictures, he made the dog as big as a house. H. In some countries, Clifford's name isn't even Clifford. Or J. Clifford's image can also be seen on everything from puzzles to backpacks and clothes. So which section or sentence from the selection best helps the reader visualize what Clifford looks like? Okay. Pause. Come back when you're ready for number 11. Number 11. In paragraph 2, what does the word support mean? A. Listen to. B. Think about. C. Take care of. Or D. Feel proud of. In paragraph 2, what does the word support mean? Go back to that paragraph. Come back when you're ready. Number 12. The author wrote this selection mostly to F. Teach the reader how to draw cartoons. G. Explain to the reader how to become famous. H. Amuse the reader with Bridwell's funny ideas. Or J. To tell the reader about a popular children's book author. Why did the author write the selection? Okay. Pause and come back when you're ready. Number 13. Bridwell first got the idea for his books about Clifford, A. After he had a meeting with his editor. B. When he was attending school as a child. Or C. While he was taking art classes in New York. Or D. After he had written other books for children. Okay, pause. Come back when you're ready. 14. The character Emily Elizabeth in the Clifford books was named after Bridwell's F. His wife. B. The editor. H. The teacher. Or J. His daughter. The character Emily Elizabeth was named after which one of these? Think about that one. Come back when you're ready. Number 15. Which words in paragraph 7 help the reader understand the meaning of rejection? Rejection. A. Have not been accepted. B. That do not include. C. Speaks from experience. Or D. Like doing it. We're going to go back to paragraph 7. And which of these words in paragraph 7 help us understand the meaning of rejection? Okay. Pause. Come back when you're ready. Number 16. The author included paragraphs 5 and 6 mainly to show. So why did the author include paragraphs 5 and 6? F. To show what plans Bridwell has for Clifford in the future. G. To show that Bridwell found success in television and film. H. To show how Clifford has remained popular over the years. Or J. To show why Clifford is loved by many children everywhere. Okay, that's the last question in that section. We have one more story we're going to be reading. It's called Amazing Kids. Never say never. So you're going to read this story or this passage. There's a couple of different sections, and then we're going to be on number 17. So you're going to want to pause. Make sure you've read the story first or the passage first. When you're ready for number 17, you can hit play again. Okay, number 17. Why did Connor think he would not be able to play sports with Caden? A. Caden has a disorder that affects his ability to move. B. Caden was interested in other activities. C. Connor and Caden's mother feared Caden would get hurt. Or D. Connor and Caden's family lacked the proper equipment. Okay. Number 18. The section titled More Races is mainly about F. Brothers becoming famous. G. Brothers' goals for the future. H. Cost of buying more equipment. Or J. The amount of time spent with family. Okay, go back to this section, pause, come back when you're ready. Number 19. Read this sentence from paragraph 2, and it says, when Connor saw the advertisement, he knew right then that he wanted to participate, and he wanted Caden to participate with him. This sentence shows that Connor is A. Honest, B. Patient, C. Curious, or D. Determined. What does that sentence tell us about Connor? Pause. Come back when you're ready. We have another dictionary entry here, and the word is raise. You say it raise, and it's a verb. The first definition says to bring to a standing position. The second definition says to wake up or make more active. The third definition, to collect for a purpose. The fourth definition, to care for and help grow. Which meaning of raised is used in paragraph 11? So you're going to go back to paragraph 11 and see how that word is used. Is it meaning 1, F? G is meaning 2. 3 is H, right here, to collect for a purpose. Or is it meaning 4, to care for and help grow? So think about that one. Go back to paragraph 11. Double check that. Come back when you're ready. Number 21. Excuse me. The author wrote this article most likely to A. Encourage the reader to participate in triathlons. B. To tell the reader about the events included in a triathlon. Or C. To share information about two brothers who participate in triathlons together. Or D. Explain how brothers found a coach to help them prepare for a triathlon. Why did the author write this article? Number 22. Pause if you need to. Number 22. The title of the article, Never Say Never, helps the reader understand that Connor believes F. If you are interested in something, learn as much as you can about it. G. If you want to win something, you must ask others for help. H. If you are not interested in something, you can still do it. Or J. If you want to do something, you should try to do it. Okay, so pause. You're going to think about that one. Come back when you're ready. Number 23. Which idea from the article is supported by the photographs? So you're going to be looking at the photographs. A. Triathlons are held in hot places. B. A triathlon has 3 different parts. C. A triathlon for children is a short race. Or D. adults can help children during a triathlon? So it says, which idea from the article is supported by the photographs? So by looking at those photographs, what can you tell? Okay, guys. Number 24. The reader can conclude that Connor had to train with a coach for the Nashville Kids Triathlon because F, he wanted to be one of the first people to finish the race. G, he was told to do so by the officials in charge of the race. H, he knew a sports magazine would write a story about him. Or J, he had to be able to pull or push his brother long distances. So what can you conclude that Connor had to train with a coach for the Nashville Kids Triathlon because? Why did he do that? Which one of those reasons? Okay, pause, come back when you're ready. Okay, our last question is number 25. Which part of the article helps the reader understand how Connor helps Caden during a race? A, the first paragraph. We're looking for the part of the article that helps the reader understand how Connor helps Caden during the race. Is it in the first paragraph? Is it in the getting ready part? The big day part? Or more races? Okay, you're going to want to go back, find that answer. Okay. All right. So guys, once you have finished answering all your questions, you want to make sure that you have proven your answers. You've gone back to the story. You have done your very best. You've answered you've circled your answers, but you've also filled in your answer document. Make sure your name is on your paper, the date, and your teacher's name. Guys, I bet you did a great job. Thanks so much for working hard.